In previous class, we have done with the Weber theory, and now it's time for the valency bond theory. So, consider two hydrogen atoms A and B approaching each other having nuclei Na and Nb. Na means nuclei of A atom and Nb means nuclei of the B atom. And the electron present in them are represented by Ea and Eb. Ea means electrons of A, Eb means electrons of B atom. When the two atoms are at large distance from each other, there is no interaction between them. So for example, if I am having A and B element in which I have nucleus Na and electrons Ea, and I put them apart from each other with on a large distance, okay? So they will not feel any type of interaction, neither attraction nor repulsion, okay? Why? Because of the distance between them, okay? As these two atoms approaches each other, new attractive or repulsive force being to operate. Attractive force arises between the nucleus and means nucleus of one atom and its own electrons like Na and Ea and Nb and Eb. So what happens? When your elements come close to each other, so there are different forces that exert between those elements and even the electron and nucleus of those elements, है ना? There are so many forces just came in like came in visualization that you can see attraction as well as repulsion force there. So attraction force exists between the nucleus of one atom and its electron. We know this thing that electrons are attracted by the charge which is offered by the nucleus on the electron, okay? And nucleus of atom and electrons of other atom, that is Na, Eb, and nucleus of other atom and the electrons of other atoms, that is Na and Na and Eb. So what happened? Whenever they come close to each other, they will feel some attraction and repulsion force, attraction force between the nucleus and the electron of same atom, and same like electrons of other atom as well as the nucleus of other atom. Why? Because of the difference in charge. Because nucleus is positively charged and electrons are negatively charged. But repulsion shows between the nucleus of both the atoms and electrons of both the atoms. Experimentally, it has been found that magnitude of attractive force is more than the new repulsive force. So it is found that the magnitude, the extent of the attractive force is quite large as compared to the repulsive force. Because of that, as a result, two atoms approaches each other and the potential energy decreases. Okay, so because of that, when two atoms approaches each other, their potential energy decreases. Ultimately, a stage is reached where net force of attraction balance the force of repulsion, and the system acquired a hydrogen atom and said to be bonded together to form a stable molecule having the bond length of 74 picometer. So what happened when this both repulsion and attractive forces both stabilize? At that point of time, a bond formed between both the hydrogen atoms. Okay, and H2 molecule will form, which has bond length up to 74 picometer. Since the energy gets released when the bond is formed between the two hydrogen atoms, the hydrogen molecule is not stable than that of isolated hydrogen atom. The energy so increase is called the bond enthalpy. So what happens when the bond formation takes place between the two hydrogen atom and form a hydrogen molecule? So what happened? There is a evolution of some heat release. Means there is a evolution of energy takes place in the form of heat, and that is known as the bond enthalpy. Amount of energy which is required to break or form a bond, that is known as bond enthalpy. Means the heat energy related to the bond, associated with the bond, you can say in scientific words, which is correspondent to minimum in the curve. So for example, H2 plus 435.48 kilojoule per mole gives H positive and H positive. So if you give this much of energy, 435 k kilojoule per, sorry, 0.8 kilojoule per mole energy to this hydrogen molecule, what happened? Your both the hydrogen atom will dissociate and you will get two different hydrogen atoms from one molecule of hydrogen gas. So there is a graph between the potential energy. Potential energy means attractive and repulsive force when act together. There will be a change in the potential energy. So, and versus the intermolecular distance, internuclear distance. Internuclear distance means the distance between both the nucleuses of the atom. All right. So there is a change in the bond energy and the bond length. Bond length is like short. So when you give the bond energy, what happens? The bond length increases and your particles move apart from each other. And after receiving this bond energy of about 435.8 kilojoule per mole energy, it just dissociate into two hydrogen molecules. All right. As we have already seen, the covalent bond is formed by overlapping of atomic orbitals. The molecules of hydrogen is formed due to the overlap of 1s orbital of 2h atoms. So how H2 form? We know this thing that in hydrogen 1s orbital participate in which they have one electron. Each hydrogen atom have one electron. So what happened? There is a overlapping of electron clouds takes place, which results in the formation of bond. And when these orbitals overlap, they just share their electrons to complete the octet. The VBT, valency bond theory, explains the shape, the formation, and directional properties of the bond in polyatomic molecules like CH4, NH3, H2O, etc. in form of overlap and hybridization of atomic orbital. So what actually this VBT explains you? It explains you about this shape, that how the molecules attain a shape. What is the shape of a specific molecule? That formation, how the molecule form from atoms and elements. Okay, the directional properties of bond. Directional properties are like all those properties which are related to bond, that towards which element dipole movement will be, etc., or you can mean more, or the movement of bond is more. So it's just explained us about in polyatomics. Polyatomic molecule means in which we have two different types of atoms, okay, which are attached to central atom. Central atom and attached species are actually different. Previously is just explained us with the help of hydrogen. Since hydrogen has a less number of electron in its shell, okay. Secondly, it's quite possible to react both hydrogens. So generally, each and every scientist take hydrogen as the base of their experiment because there is less complication. Why less complications are there? Because of less number of electrons. As the electrons increases, property changes. Okay. So now let us talk about the overlapping of atomic orbitals. So when orbitals of two atoms come close to form bond, their overlap may be positive or negative or zero, depending upon the spin phase. Spin may, sorry, depend on the sign or phase and direction of orientation of amplitude of orbital wave function in space. So what happens when atomic orbitals coming closer to each other to form bond? So the overlapping takes place. So that overlapping may be positive, may be negative, and zero. It can be zero, neutral, you can say. Positive, negative, or neutral. It actually depends on the direction of orientation. Direction of orientation means direction of spin, that in which direction your electron is moving. It is in clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. So it's totally depend on that. The criteria of overlap as the main factor of the formation of covalent bond applies uniformly to the formation of uniformly to the homonuclear and heteronuclear diatomic molecules and the polyatomic molecules. So what we call homonuclear and heteronuclear? Homo means home-like feeling, same type. In our home, we are one family. We all are same. All right. So we are homonuclear. But if we talk about heteronuclear, heteronuclear are two different elements. Homo means, for example, H2, H2. H2, one hydrogen and one hydrogen combined form H2 molecule. So they are homonuclear, same type of nucleus. And when we talk about the heteronuclear, so for example, H2O, water. So we have two different nucleuses here. One hydrogen and one is of oxygen. So homonucleus and heteronucleus. So it's just depend the means the criteria of overlapping is the main factor for formation of covalent applies uniformly to the homo and heteronuclear diatomic molecules and the polyatomic molecules. Poly means many atomic molecules where more than two atoms combine together to form and compound. For example, this is H2O, NH3. All are polyatomics. Okay. We know that the shape of CH4, NH3 and H2O molecules are tetrahedral, pyramidal and bent respectively. So the specific shape of CH4, NH3 are CH4 is tetrahedral, this NH3 is pyramidal, and your water molecular shape is bent. It's slightly bent, not at 180 degree, it's bent shaped respectively. So it would be therefore interesting to use VBT to find out if these geometrical shapes can be explained in terms of the orbital overlap. So now they will explain that how these shapes actually form by the overlapping of atomic orbitals. So VBT explains the shape of the molecules on the basis of overlapping. So how they explain, let us talk about this. So let us first consider CH4 methane molecule. The electronic configuration of carbon in its ground state is helium 1s1 2p1. So this is the electronic configuration of your means carbon in its ground state, which is excited to and become 2s1 2p1 means 2px1 2py1 2pz1. We know this thing that your p orbital hybridized or divided into three levels x y z. Okay, so when in ground state beta, this is 2s2 here, 2s2 2p2. There is an like typing error here. So 2s2 2p2. What happened? This is the electronic configuration in ground state. But when it goes to the excited state, the electron from this 2s will jump to the p orbital. Now we have four singly filled electrons, half filled electrons, you can say. So this is the excited state electronic configuration. First electron will go to the 1p and 2px1, then go to 2py and then move to 2pz. Okay. So the energy required for this excitation is compensated by the release of energy due to the overlap between the orbitals of carbon and hydrogen. The four atomic orbitals of carbon, each with an unpaired electron, can overlap with one orbital of the four hydrogen, which can also singly occupy. So what happened? Let's just move how this overlapping takes place. So one hydrogen come is just means one singly filled hydrogen atom come and combine with this 1s. Okay. After that, another hydrogen come is just pair this 2px. Another hydrogen come and share this, or you can pair its electron with 2py. Next, the fourth hydrogen come and pair its electron with 2pz. Means now all the orbitals are paired, or you can say fulfilled, because the singly filled pairing takes place, the overlapping of orbital takes place. Okay. So this will result in the formation of four CH bonds. So what happened after this? Four CH bonds are there with S1 and 3p. So we have four carbon and hydrogen bonds in this atom, in this specific molecules of CH4. Okay. It will, however, being observed that While the 3p orbitals of carbon are at 90 degree to one another, the CHC angle of these also become 90 degree. So all these things in the Lewis dot structure, how Lewis explained, he just arranged all the electrons around the elements in a specific manner. So for example, if you want to arrange the 4 unpaired electron of carbon, then C at the center, and all the electrons were placed at 190 degree to each other, one at top, one at bottom, one at left, and one at left, or on the with this the pairing takes place. So that is why the bond angle between the attached hydrogen also become 190, oh sorry, that will be also be 190 degree to each other. Okay, the 2s orbital of carbon and 1s orbital of H spherically symmetrical, then they can overlap in any direction. But there are different shapes of the orbital. I will tell you literally when we go down to the chapter. S is spherical shape. Let me show you the diagram. This the round structure. The round structure which you are seeing in this, these are S orbitals. So S orbital is spherical, or sphere can just attach with one another in any direction. It does not make any difference. P, these are the P shape. P is dumbbell shaped structure. Have you seen dumbbell in gym? So the P is dumbbell shaped structure. Okay. So let us talk about the S shell. So S is spherical, so it can connect with or join, overlap, you can say, in any direction. Okay. But when we go to the P orbital, when it takes participation, so there is a specific change in the overlapping. Why? We have 2px, 2pz, and 2py. We have three suborbitals, px, py, and pz. Okay. In p orbital, there is head in px and py, there is head to head overlapping. Head to head over, sorry, this is known as head to head overlapping. So z orbital goes head to head and p orbital goes side to side overlapping. So in px and py, there must be specific charge that, or both the px are negatively charged. Okay. Same with the py, and Z are positively charged. So when head to head means one head overlap with the another head, it is known as the head to head overlapping. And when we talk about side to side overlapping means when both the dumbbells overlap side by side.